Okay, guys. Right, it's boiling hot. The sun's shining. I needed to put my vest on. You know me, guys. I wear the vest. I get too hot. So, right, are we ready? We're gonna do a little trip. Hi, Tony. We're off to Graceland's. So let's give the YouTube channel a big shout. So the YouTube channel. Hang on a minute. Let me just. That's not it. Let's go and find it. Is this the one? Let me have a look.
I had to mute it.
And whoa, let's have a look. Let's get it right from the beginning. Because what it is, there's a part 1 and there's a part 2. So the YouTube channel is called, let me click on it. Travels with Nick. Travels with Nick. It does look like a brilliant channel. Please subscribe to it, guys, because this is an excellent YouTube channel. And thank you so much. We're going to play your video. There's looking at this. Let me just check that you can see what I can see. Yep. Looking at this, he's done 1, 2. Are there any others? 3 Elvis ones. I want to review all 3 of them. Yeah. He's done the guest house, of course. There's another one here. Elvis Presley, then and now locations in Memphis. I'd love to review that as well. There's one on Beale Street. I'd love to, I want to review these. A lot of these, they're too good. He obviously does many other things. Look, the Titanic. Remember the Twilight movies. This is a bloody good channel, guys. This is like, wow. Can you see all the different stuff he does? Got Muhammad Ali, where he trained. Remember, I am a massive Muhammad Ali fan as well. One of my favourite people in the world, Muhammad Ali. So, 100%, guys, you must subscribe to this channel. You must subscribe. It's too good. Too good. So, we're here to do a Graceland.
John Stamos. Elvis Presley's Graceland. 1 minute to.
Right, let's go. Okay, let's do this together, guys. Let me just check your comments quickly. What time is it? I've got lots of time to do this. Hi, Helen. Now, this is not a private live. Anyone can join this live. Okay, right. At least I think that. Anyway, is there a way of checking? Let me just double check. If I can, no, I just want to quickly check if we are a private live or not. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Content. Live. Yes, we're a public live. I thought so. Right, okay. Let's go to my channel. Then we go to my history. History, where are we? History, okay. All right, here we go.
You stay at this hotel, it's great.
Right. So remember, the channel is called Travels with Nick. Please subscribe. Let's give him a like. Let's tell him we love it. I think I've already messaged him, but love it. Right, are we ready to go on a tour, guys? Are we ready? Together, me, Team Elvis, Elvis fans around the world. Let's do a tour, and it's thanks to Nick. Travels with Nick. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, happy birthday to Luann. Is Luann with us? I know it's Luann's birthday. Tony's is on the 5th, isn't it? Let's have a look. Okay, right. All right, see you later, alligator. Okay, let's go.
Spend the entire day doing there. Without further ado, come along. Happy part 1. We have our shuttle, which if you stay at this hotel, it's great. You get to take the shuttle for free, runs every half hour, over to where you get your tickets at the exhibit. Then we'll take another shuttle to the mansion. Hope you
I'm looking forward to this, guys.
enjoy. Long live the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Let's go. Shuttle was right on time. Took us a whopping 1 minute to cross the street. I absolutely.
Yeah, so I obviously I haven't been there, but it seems to me like you have to go across the street to buy your tickets. Is that right? Then you cross the street and get on the shuttle. Is that right? Anyone that's been there, let me know.
I love these gates. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Elvis Presley's Memphis. I could not remember if it was called Elvis Presley's Graceland, because obviously that's across the street, but Elvis Presley's Memphis. I like to consider this the, the mega mall.
So this is what we'd have to do. So this is across the road, yeah? I think. Anyone that's been there, let me know.
Of Elvis stuff. So the last time we were here, funny enough, was in 2017. So prior to 2017, those of you who may have visited in the 90s, earlier 2000s, right? This, they had the old exhibit where they still had the suits and the vehicles and motorcycles on display. But in March 2017, this all opened up and we came here.
So I know Richie Boy has been here. So Richie Boy, did this bring back any memories? Was any of this here when you went? Probably not, yeah? I would have thought most of this was not here. Isn't this the area where all the shops used to be? And in the olden days, there was loads of Elvis souvenir shops. Is that right?
May 2017, which was absolutely awesome. We'll be exploring all of this later. First, right now, gotta go see the house. Like I said, this will be part 2 on this side. Tour time tickets are $12.15.
So remember, we've got to imagine we're here. This is our trip. We're all together, Team Elvis. We've all met up. It's all been pre-arranged, and this is what we have to do.
Almost looks like a movie theater, doesn't it? Can buy tickets.
It's right. It looks like a cinema, doesn't it? Like you're going to the movies.
Here, that's what we did last time, but like I said, that was pre-COVID, so don't take my word for it. I had to get your tickets in advance. So basically,
so I can imagine being there with you guys, yeah?
we will start our tour in the pre-show A theater. They show us a little movie about Elvis, and then we'll take the shuttle across the street. Also got our map, just so we don't miss anything. I'm looking.
So let's look at the map.
For
so at Graceland Exhibition Center, isn't that where he is now? Then we've got Elvis Presley's Memphis. Then we've got a few. He's showing the aeroplanes. There's the mansion. Yeah. So the mansion, you can work out from this. You have to the shuttle. I'm guessing the shuttle bus takes you from the exhibition center, and then you drive through, and eventually get to the mansion. Then you drive through the gates. Okay.
to this. This is like a newer exhibit. They have Dress to Rock. The Making of Elvis movie exhibit. That's.
Well, let's read this out. So this is a little brochure. Archive experience, Presley cycles, Private Presley, Elvis in the Army, icons, the influence of Elvis Presley, Elvis the Entertainer, the Career Museum, Lisa Marie growing up with Presley, the Making of Elvis movie exhibit, Elvis the movie. So obviously, I'm guessing that's the Baz Luhrmann film, yeah? Then Hollywood, backlot. Then we've got the Rock and Roll, Gladys's Diner, the Lobby Lounge, Delta's Kitchen, Shake, Rattle and Roll, EP's Bar and Grill. Okay, let's keep going.
Brand new too, since that movie just came out last year. That's going to be in part 2 once again, so stay tuned for video number 2. And on we go, back to the shuttle.
So guys, we've got to imagine that's us. We're getting on the shuttle. We're getting on the shuttle, guys.
We got our audio tour guides. Pretty sure John Stamos still does the tour guide for us.
I'm just telling Karen because she's just come back from there, so I wanted her to know. But so we'll go, guys. Let me go back a little bit. We're just about to enter the gates. We're all together on this shuttle bus. There were so many of us. We needed 3 buses. Let's keep going. Here we go. Here goes, guys. We're going through the gates. We're going up the driveway. We can now see Graceland. Wow, could you imagine that, guys? That is us. That could be Team Elvis. I really want to do it. So our first sight close-up of the building, Graceland's building, we're looking at, look at the windows. It looks like there's 8 windows. You've got the columns. Obviously, it's all been perfectly done with the flowers and the lawn. The lions are going to be there. There's some white chairs there. That's us pulling up. The iconic lions.
And we made it.
There they are. You've got the lions either side. We've got the little white chair. I would have to sit in that chair. I'd have to touch those lions. I'd have to hug the columns, all 4 of them. And I'd have to kiss the floor. I would kiss the floor. I've always imagined myself looking at those green shutters. I've always imagined it. Right, we're going to walk in now, guys.
Wow. This is going to be absolutely awesome. So excited. I haven't been here in 7 years, but it's like, could smell the inside already. All right, can't take video inside, so
I'm guessing you have a real vintage smell once you go in. He's just said you can't do videos inside. Is that true?
let's begin with the pictures.
All the way up, please. We're going to make a half circle around the person.
Here we go, guys. We're going in. So obviously we all know the famous chandelier, the famous staircase, all the different pictures dotted around, the iconic things that we've thought about maybe one day seeing in real life many times. And I watched a video earlier. The bedroom, Elvis's bedroom, or no, Elvis's bathroom and bedroom are above the chandelier. Is that correct?
Welcome to the living room at Graceland. This style reflects how Elvis would have had it from 1957 to 1974.
So, 57 to 74, I've heard that Priscilla redecorated it once she took over, was helping to run the Living Museum. That's a complicated story, guys. I've always said it. Priscilla is not the person who thought up the idea to create the Living Museum. Memphis City were already on it. Jack Sodden, Morgan Maxfield, Vernon, Colonel Tom Parker were already had plans done, and this was going to be a preserved living museum for Elvis fans to visit before Priscilla came along. I 100%, I don't believe Priscilla is the reason it was turned into a museum, and I don't believe that she prevented it from being sold. I think it's bullshit. I think that's a load of rubbish. I don't think Memphis City were ever going to allow Graceland, Elvis's home, Gladys's home, to be sold off and broken up into little pieces. I've seen Priscilla in an interview say they were even going to strip the wallpaper off the walls. Come on, guys. Come on. It was never going to happen. Never going to happen.
One of the first things you'll notice is the 15-foot custom-built sofa. It was originally blue metallic, but Elvis later had it recovered in white. The living room is connected to the music room by stained glass peacock panels. The panels were added to Graceland in October of '74. You could almost imagine Elvis and the guys standing around the piano in the music room, singing all night long. Down the hall is Elvis's mother, Gladys.
Let's have a good look at this. Yeah, so Gladys's bedroom. And there's even her clothing is still hung, I'm guessing, exactly as it was when she lived there. So quite a simple room, I would say. Of course, there's pictures of Elvis, who she adored. I wonder if those pictures are exactly in the same place as they were when Gladys passed. I wonder, guys.
Presley's room. Inside, you can still see her clothes hanging in the closet.
That is amazing. Isn't that amazing, guys? Gladys's clothing still hung there. It's fascinating.
After Gladys died in 1958, Vernon remained at Graceland until remarrying in 1960.
So Vernon remained at Graceland till remarrying in 1960. Obviously, the D. Stanley story is complicated. From what I've read, Elvis didn't want his father Vernon and Dee living in Graceland for obvious reasons. Yeah.
Grandmother, Minnie Mae Presley, later moved from an upstairs bedroom into the first floor bedroom.
So Richie Boy remembers looking up the stairways with emotion and tears in his eyes. You're a very emotional guy as well, Richie Boy. So, so Pat says you think that it is. Yeah, Tony says, I love Gladys's bedroom so much. Carolyn's going in August. Yoo-hoo! We know, Carolyn. We're looking forward to it. I hope you do lots of videos and pictures for us.
Upstairs bedroom became the nursery for Lisa Marie. Here in the foyer was often where special guests were received and shown to the living room, where they would await Elvis to greet them.
So obviously Elvis would come down and greet people. Could you imagine that? Elvis walking down those stairs, everyone's waiting for him. I'm just really taking it in. I think the hotel that's been created has a few replica stairways, doesn't it, that are exactly the same as this.
Lisa Marie would say she could still hear her dad coming down the steps with his jewelry clinking. What a lot of people don't know is when you walk into Graceland, if you look directly up at the ceiling, above is Elvis's bathroom, where sadly he passed away.
So it just confirmed to me, guy, because obviously he mentions the decor of 57 to 74, but was it Linda that changed it? What changes did Priscilla make? Yeah, because I've definitely heard she changed it. Let me know, guys.
As you enter the kitchen, make sure to look right. This was a little secret staircase that Elvis took from the upstairs to the kitchen to avoid people in the living room if he wanted.
Could you imagine that Elvis in the kitchen? He would take the little secret way up to avoid everyone. Welcome to the kitchen, the busiest section of the house when Elvis lived here. So quite a normal looking kitchen, I would say. I wouldn't say it's enormous. Someone said he had one of the first ever microwaves. I've read that a few times. You could imagine everything hustle and bustle in this room with the cooks, with everyone, and the smell of the foods. Could you imagine that lovely smell of southern food?
Graceland kitchen remains exactly the way Elvis redecorated it in the mid-1970s. Elvis had the latest kitchen gadgets too, including a very early model microwave. Fun fact, the kitchen was not originally included as part of the Graceland tour.
Look at this, look, you've got the TVs, one of the original CCTV footage, closed circuit TV. Come on, guys, phones how they used to be. How many people here still remember the good old phones? I grew up in a cafe, so our phone that we had in England in my dad's little cafe, you had to put 2p's in it. It was a pay phone. So when we phoned abroad, we had to fill up the payphone with 2p's. I remember standing there with a bag of 2p's, filling it up. Do you remember the old payphones, guys? You remember wherever we went, there was payphones on every corner, and holding a normal phone, none of these mobile weird things. We had normal phones that rung, that had a big cable connected to them. Yeah. Fascinating.
Elvis's Aunt Delta, who was his father's sister, still lived in the mansion when open to the public, and her room was just off the kitchen.
Yeah, and I heard about this. Aunt Delta was just off the kitchen. She was still there during the tours, wasn't she?
Delta died in 1993, and the kitchen was open to tours in 1995.
That's news, yeah. I didn't know that. The kitchen was open, included in the tour in 1995. I didn't know that.
Next, let's go downstairs to check out the TV room and the pool room. When you mention the TV room, most Elvis fans know it as the room with 3 TVs, which is true. It's also true that Elvis borrowed the idea from President Lyndon Johnson, who watched all 3 news shows at once.
I never knew that. I never knew that. That's the first time I've heard that.
Elvis kept up with the news, and he enjoyed watching sports like football and boxing. In the corner, you can see a record player. Most of Elvis's record collection is now in archival storage, but a few of his records are still in the TV room today. Across from the TV room is the pool room. First thing you'll notice are the...
Let's have a real good look at it, guys. Wow. Do you know what? It's not everyone's cup of tea, is it? We know about the rip in the pool table. Please do not touch. I know a few people moaned about Riley Q doing a black and white movie recently. I thought it was really good because I felt that Riley was bringing Graceland back to life. Riley was sort of saying, people used to live here. People used to party here, eat here, die, like congregate and chat and play music and have fun. Graceland was very, very alive, wasn't it? Like Elvis would let the fans come up from the gate, the gate people, friends, family, people that work there, people that, other musicians. It was buzzing, wasn't it? People actually using it to live there. People forget that. People live there. Yeah. It's still buzzing now, but it's a museum. So I think Riley did a good thing. She showed us that it can come back to life again. So I support what Riley did.
Walls and ceiling. It took a crew of 3 about 10 days to cut, piece, and hang the 350 to 400 yards of cotton fabric to the walls and ceiling. The billiards table had been in that room since 1960, and when it came time to redecorate in 74, Elvis wanted the table to stay in the room. Pay attention to the tear in the felt on the pool table.
Let's have a good look at that then, guys. I'm guessing he's going to tell us who made the tear.
The tear happened when one of Elvis's friends tried a trick shot that didn't quite work out.
Which friend? We want to know which friend.
Once back upstairs, we've entered the jungle room.
Right, let's just have a little quick look at it. Quite unusual taste. I like it. I like old things. I like antiques. I like old-fashioned things. I want to stand in that room.
Elvis never called the jungle room by that name. To him, it was just the den. But thanks to its
So it was called the Den. The jungle room is a new name that came along.
unique exotic decor, the room became known as the jungle room after Graceland opened to the public. Elvis added the area as an extra family room during the 1960s.
So Richie Boy has touched the pool table and got told off. That's no surprise. So I kept going back to the beginning of the tour. He was there for hours. Oh, I'd love to go. It is a time capsule, isn't it, guys? We love the Den, Jen, don't we?
First it was a screened porch, then it became an actual room. He had the waterfall installed in 1965. One of the
Now that's beautiful, isn't it? That is beautiful. I think some people still do fireplaces like that now, don't they?
coolest things for me about the jungle room is that in the late
Let's look at this as well. So obviously a lot of wooden cladding. Elvis obviously liked the wood finish, which I do as well, by the way. See, me and my wife are different. I love wood. My wife's not keen on it. She likes everything modern and trendy.
70s, Elvis preferred to record music at home rather than in a studio. For later albums, he stood right here singing. This was also Lisa Marie's favorite room in the house.
See, I didn't know that. So the jungle room was Lisa Marie's favorite room.
As we make our way outside, you'll get a view of the old carport and the backyard, where Elvis held many parties and backyard barbecues. We've made it to Vernon's office. Wow.
Let's have a good look at Vernon's office. So it's pretty basic, isn't it, guys? You could imagine Vernon spent thousands of hours sat in there trying to work out all the different bills to pay, dealing with phone calls. And people call Vernon lazy, but I tell you what, he worked very hard for Elvis for decades. Yeah, there was a lot to do. Yeah, Elvis trusted Vernon as well. So I I think Vernon gets picked on a little bit. He gets a bad rap. I actually really like Vernon.
It was Colonel Tom Parker who managed Elvis's career. It was Elvis's father, Vernon, who managed his personal business.
Anyway, let's look at this view, guys. So someone told me that even everything that was given to Elvis by the fans, Elvis still kept it. Elvis kept all the gifts sent to him by fans.
This building served as his office. Vernon oversaw all the details of Elvis's personal finances and management.
There we are. So that says it all. So please read and observe. No loafing in the office, strictly for employees only. If you have business here, please take care of it and leave. Vernon Presley.
Fun fact, when Elvis returned from the army, he gave his first interview back home right in this office.
Yeah, we've all watched this interview, haven't we, guys? Is this the one where he says, I met a little girl, blah, blah, blah. I got to be careful what I say. Isn't that crazy? Elvis sat there. Elvis sat right there. You can even see the squares of the filing cabinet behind his head. Crazy. Let's read this. The building was part of Graceland's farms well before Elvis owned Graceland. It was possibly used as a pump house at one time, but later used by Vernon as a smokehouse to cure meat. Elvis also decided that it would make a good firing range, and that's what it was for a short period of time. Other than that, it was used as storage area by Elvis and his family.
Next to Vernon's office is the smokehouse, but Elvis liked to use it as a gun shooting range in the 60s.
Let me just read that a minute, guys. One sec. So he used it as a gun shooting range. Let me just quickly check your comments. Where are we? So, Richie, I'm doing the Ultimate VIP tour. I'll be there, that place, all day if I can. I'm going to buy a cheaper ticket the next 2 days as well. Okay? Carolyn, I can tell you what, very excited. I'd be the same as you. I'd be there all day. All day. So, Angie, you should meet me there. You guys would just love to get together and meet each other, wouldn't you? It's all right for you, like, you're in America. I went with the family first, then went straight back up on my own, then got told off by the ex saying, where have you been? You're always being told off by the ex. You used to be. Right, let's keep going.
To use it as a gun shooting range in the 60s.
So you got a taxi at 11:30 p.m. from Graceland Gate and was chatting to the guard. He told me lots of stories and rung the taxi for me. Who was the guard? Was it Vesta?
Next, we arrived at Elvis's trophy building. This building tells a personal story of Elvis, his family, and the Graceland mansion. We saw so many great artifacts like Elvis's keys to Graceland, his office desk, red furniture from the 70s, his badge collection, and more.
Ooh, let's look at that a minute. Hang on, guys. Let's just show that bit again. I just want to show that bit again. Right, go.
Next, we arrived at Elvis's trophy building.
So just think, Carolyn, you're gonna look at this. Karen sent me a picture of this. Karen. I'm so sad that Karen, where are you today? Come on, Karen, where are you?
Next.
So I would have loved to have met Scatter, Elvis's chimpanzee. Yeah, we would have loved that. I heard he was very naughty, did a lot of damage. Right, so this is the picture that Karen sent me after a trip.
We arrived at Elvis's trophy building. This building tells a personal story of Elvis, his family, and the Graceland mansion. We saw so many great artifacts like Elvis's keys to Graceland, his office desk, red furniture from
Just having a little look, guys.
the 70s.
There we go. Look at all these badges. Obviously, Elvis basically was an FBI agent, wasn't he? And people make jokes about it, but he was. He was. He had the legal right to be a policeman, didn't he? So they say, I've heard quite a few stories that he actually would be a policeman and he would chase people down for speeding, and then they'd be shocked to see that it was Elvis that had pulled them over, and then Elvis would have a bit of fun with them. Yeah, he just did it for fun. Elvis loved being around the police force, didn't he? And really looked up to people that were police officers. So, and he collected these badges, didn't he, guys?
Badge collection and more.
Now, let me just look at that again. 1 second, guys. It's moving very fast, so I just want to see that bit again.
From the 70s, his badge collection and more.
Here we go. So, Elvis Presley, Captain, Denver Police Department investigator, J.D. McFarland, January the 28th, 1976. In the state of Colorado. So, yeah, do you know, I posted a video of this the other day. Some guy jumped in again. That's about the 4th time now I've seen someone jump in this pool. It's just pretty childish, isn't it, guys? Obviously, Riley Keough had a scene with the swimming pool as well, with her new black and white little short clip that she posted last week.
The last building.
Okay, so this is obviously the Raquetball building, yeah? One of the last places Elvis was in. Interesting, guys. We know there's a bit of a story with Joe Esposito, isn't there, with the whole Raquetball thing, but Elvis loved pinball. I've read this a few times. He loved pinball. Doesn't Spa Guy have a pinball machine that belonged to Elvis in his Tiger Man dojo? I think isn't the Tiger Man dojo about to open any day now? Someone said it might be a replica of it or a copy of it. I don't know, guys.
We saw was the Raquetball building. As you walk in, make sure to pay special attention to the piano.
Let's have a look at this. So do you know, it's funny because I remember those old pinballs. I actually remember that one as well, because I went to the arcades all the time when I was a kid. In the 70s, we lived in the arcades. Probably most of you did as kids as well. The arcades is where we all met up and hung out.
The final night of Elvis's life, he spent sitting at this piano with friends. He sang.
Isn't that crazy, guys? The final night of Elvis's life, he sat at that piano with friends. Crazy. On that chair.
A few songs, then went inside the house for the final time. The racquetball court itself has been restored to its 1977 condition. Just taking a little pause before we head into.
Just a brilliant video, guys. Thank you to, let me just say the name of his channel. Obviously, he's going to go into the meditation garden now. So please subscribe to this channel. It's Travels with Nick. Thank you so much, Nick. We've loved your video. I also want to review a few of your other videos. This has been a real journey, a really enjoyable, quite a short video, but I've really enjoyed it. I've loved it.
To the meditation garden area. This morning, actually, we did the free meditation garden area walk, 7:30 to 8:30 every morning.
Yeah, so let me just mention that. So I think by law, Memphis City rules, they have for the meditation garden to become a cemetery, is that what they call it? They have to allow every day people to walk up. I think it's 7 days a week. I don't know. Between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning, they have to allow people to go and visit the graves. They don't have a choice, and it's completely free. Yeah.
They let you get Graceland gates open. They let you come up and pay your respects, and you kind of walk around, and then you head back out. That's what we did. So it'd be nice.
See, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
To see the Presley graves a second time today, but it's so peaceful here. I love it.
The final stop on our mansion tour is the meditation garden, where Elvis and members of his family have been laid to rest. Millions of fans from around the world come to Graceland to pay their respects to Elvis, the humanitarian.
Oh, look at it's like Lisa and Benjamin together. So, and you can see it when this was taken. They're repairing the wall, aren't they? Didn't the wall start falling apart?
Singing sensation, movie star, and king of rock and roll.
Right, let's just pause this. So, Carolyn, you're going to be there soon. Karen's already been there. I mean, this is an emotional thing. I think obviously many people will leave small little trinkets and stuff, don't they? Flowers, obviously. I wonder how much they allow you to leave on the graves. It's very sad, but also very beautiful. Very beautiful. I've read that the meditation garden area used to be a fun area where everybody would congregate and have barbecues and stuff. But eventually, Elvis wanted it to be an area to relax in, didn't he? So, who called it the meditation garden? Was it Elvis? I actually don't know. Leave it in the comments if you know who called it a meditation garden. We know Elvis went through a very spiritual phase in his life. Meditated, definitely, but obviously a Christian man as well. So it's very beautiful though, isn't it, guys? Very beautiful.
I was wondering where the horses were.
So it's nice being this side of the wall. If you know, Elvis would ride up and down, yeah, on his horses. I'm trying to remember the name. Was it Palomino horses? What was the name? It's gone out of my head. Obviously. Oh yeah, Rising Sun. And then he created a stable called the House of the Rising Sun. I'm trying to think what Priscilla's horse was, because I know Elvis bought Priscilla a horse, I think for her birthday in 1967. I forgot the name. It was a black horse. It was Elvis watching Priscilla ride up and down on her horse that made Elvis want to buy his own horse. Elvis had a problem on a movie set where I think he nearly got injured, or did get injured, because the horse bolted. Scared him a bit. It put him off horse riding for a while, but once he saw Priscilla riding up and down, it reinvigorated his passion to have his own horse. And then he decided to buy everyone a horse and took it very seriously, made the stables beautiful, really looked after his horses. He would love brushing them down after a long ride, cooling them down. Elvis took it very, very seriously. It wasn't just like a fad. He really took it seriously, and everyone gets a horse.
They're not out back. They're in the front today.
There we are. It was called Domino. There we are. Thank you, Domino. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And I did read somewhere that some of these horses are still related to the horses that were originally there.
Yeah, they're on the front. And we're back in front.
Right, so we're coming to the end now, guys. So I'm going to have to go now. I'm going to walk the dogs. I'm going to make some dinner, that kind of stuff. The next thing I'm going to do is a video, and I'll post it. I may do a review of the actual hotel across the road on my next video. Okay, guys, we've enjoyed this, haven't we? So hopefully one day we'll all be there together. I'd love to go to Elvis Week. I would absolutely love to go to Elvis Week. I know they do an Elvis Week virtual tour, so we can go virtually. Do any of you know about that? You can actually pay a fee to be there virtually. So I bet that's the next best thing though, guys.
So those two rooms up top right there, that's what it would have been Elvis.
All right, so was it Elvis that came up with the name Meditation Garden?
Elvis's room. Here's the music room, living room.
Let me just get that again. He mentions Elvis's room, doesn't he? Let's get that in again, guys.
And we're back in front. So those two rooms up top right there, that's what it would have been Elvis's room.
So there we are, guys. How many times did Elvis look out of these windows? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a beautiful building. An absolutely stunning, beautiful building.
Here's the music room, living room, where the tiny window is right up there. That's the bathroom, Elvis's bathroom.
Ah, so that's what that is. So the tiny window is the bathroom, right? Okay.
And then right as we walked in the foyer, which I talked about, that's where Elvis would have passed away. Elvis would have passed away. That's where his body was found.
Oh, that's so sad. So sad. So obviously, we all imagine walking in through that entrance, don't we, guys? We all want to do it. We all want to be there. Still, is it still the second most visited tourist attraction in the world? Is that still the case? No surprise to me. The fans still love Elvis. Elvis still has millions of fans. Even though you've got this warped reputation that's been damaged by certain people in his life, most of them that were very close to him, they still love him. They still love him. No matter what they hear, no matter what negative crap is said about him, the fans still love Elvis. They still love him.
Such a beautiful place. Today we're in Memphis, Tennessee, and welcome to part number 2 in part.
So you see the background, the hotel and all the rest of it. We're going to do a review on that. But I'm going to do that as a video, but I will still post it live so we can interact. I'm going to go off, have a walk first. I've got to do some weightlifting, a little bit of pictures and videos and everything that she does for us. We love Carolyn. Happy birthday to Luann. Don't forget, it's Tony's birthday tomorrow. You're right, there's a lot of people. Oh, Karen, you are here. You missed it. Karen, you missed it. I was messaging you to join us, but you're here now anyway. So thanks, everyone. Loved it. We're going to do a lot more of this. This was fun. This was fun. I really enjoyed it. So let's just play the last few seconds.
One, we toured the Graceland mansion and the meditation garden in the back, all of the fun stuff. Now we're across the street in part 2. Welcome to Elvis Presley's Memphis. As you can see, it is pouring here today. That's all right. Let's head on inside and begin part number 2. I hope you enjoy. Let's go.
Brilliant. Thank you, Nick. Please subscribe to his channel, Travels with Nick, and we're going to come back and do part 2 as well. Take care, everyone. Love to all of you. Thank you for joining me here, defending Elvis. This has been a pure pleasure. One of my favorite lives that we've done.